I'm in an African traditional religion. I'm in an African traditional religion. I'm in an African traditional religion. But yet none of us is in Africa. This social media is very scary because it allows everybody, including myself, to come up here and talk that we don't, and none of us know each other. But some people sound very convincing when they talk. They're very, what do you call that? Um, Enthusiastic. Yeah, I guess that could be a good word to use. They're very enthusiastic. Like they know how to move the crowd when they talk. So sometimes you hear people say some stuff, and you just have to take it as for what it is. I guess because it sounds convincing. They talk so passionate about it. But a lot of us, there's a woman called Miss Ida. She wrote books and stuff like that. One day I'm gonna do a video on some of her books, but she talks about it. I believe she calls it African derivative traditions. So it's a derivative of African traditions because none of us is in Africa and none of us do exactly everything like how they do in Africa. I mean, we may could do certain things now because of technology and planes and be able to ship things back and forth and stuff like that. But if this was back when our ancestors was just starting out in the new world, none of that was acceptable accessible. Only thing they had accessible was what was near to them. With that being said, I want to talk to Una. I want to talk to my family. I want to talk to my YouTube family, my social media family about something what we call tradition and something what we call spirit. Two different smarty, two different things, people. Tradition and spirit are two different things. Now, we don't tell people in my past videos say, what no. Spirit, only thing we can't tell you, you can't work with spirit. Or the spirit. That's the God honest truth. Me hate it, but I saw it work, brethren. Like, I wish someone could have tell some people, you can't do that because, one of we, but you don't know, and I saw it work. And that's how it goes even for theirs as well. If the spirit want to work with you, the spirit's going to work with you. People don't like it, but I say, God, you can't tell gods or deities off move star. I saw them move, them do what they want to do. All right, so now we get that out the way. Tradition, spirit, two different things. More and broke down. What are they? A spirit is when I talk about spirit, when I talk about them type of when I talk about entity. That is the drive, the force, the energy that is pushing your spiritual work, pushing your prayers for happen. Is it? When I talk about tradition, that is the way you do something, the way you pray, the way you talk, the plan to use, all them things the way you are gonna use in your science. That is the tradition. But tradition being that it's a little bit old. It means that people it's something where your family or your people them must follow over time. But anyways, be that as it may, the tradition in Africa and the tradition in the Caribbean, the tradition in South America where Africans them in Brazil, the tradition them in America where them have the fit them with the African land yes in America. The tradition them can't be the same family because you know things are gonna switch up, language are gonna switch up. But it can't the same kinda, it can't kinda the same. The spirit. The spirit, no matter where you go, the spirit follows the people. Now, some people would I say, oh, spirit not have like them not have the said spirit. And I guess you could kind of be right to that to a degree. Why is that? Because we know say in every spiritual house, from you have the Orisha, and there's one Orisha. We know say every Orisha have a different form of Fidem Orisha, different avatar to them. So I mean say it's not one avatar of any Orisha. I know one, I know 10, and a six. It's whole heap of them. And depending on who you are and where you land and the people then when you mix up, because people have to remember say we in the diaspora we mix up. Like in a Jamaica, I have to respect the African spirit them, but you know, I have to respect the Arawak spirit them. Cause Arawak spirit them still did it with me. For me, for left out them as the foundational people of Jamaica before the African them reach would be a disgrace. So I can't left out the Arawak, just as we can't left out the African spirit them. Okay, so we're good with that now. it forms a different spirituality, a different spirit of energies. Because you don't know when the people bloodline mix up and them know say the African spirit yes, so and the Arawak spirit yes, and whatever spirit you probably have within your own personal family, them are gonna know one another, you know. Them are gonna say, yo, I'm not we have to go learn for form something else or learn for do something or work with something, and this is how you end up with different avatars of the Orishas where them probably not gonna have we don't have in Cuba, but them not gonna have that in Africa. Or them if them have it in Africa, they might have it with the Yoruba, but them probably won't have it with the Fon people or the people in Benin or wherever the case may be. Because I remember some people Orisha not only in a Yoruba tribe, you know, they in a different tribe as well. People, yes sir, we in a foreign life we make it say, oh Orisha is Yoruba. And not just Yoruba family. Yeah, and not just Yoruba. There's other tribes that work with the Orisha. Okay. So from we know say them people that from Fidem tribe, from ancestors tribe, move and reach go Jamaica, reach go Trinidad, reach go Cuba, reach go Puerto Rico, reach go Brazil, reach come America. We know say them reach go all over. One really thinks that the spirit that stop deal with them people that choose so them get take away. Nah, family. The spirit I got roll with them. But the tradition of all them do it, how they gonna work with the spirit now. Certain things may be alike. This is true, but they might adapt to what's accessible to the area of where they are. You get me? So the spirit I got relatively be the same, but you know the tradition is something completely different. So we have to know say if tradition is how you work, how you do things with the spirit, we know say if that can't change, that means say it can't change if the person move it from the family and the spirit have no other way but to get in contact with that person that were far from the family. Because they move it from a different land. Them say, yo, boom, well, I show you how to adapt in the land where you there. That is not impossible. Why is not impossible? Because it's done many of times in different countries, different regions, in different spiritual houses of the regions, and it's been going on for over hundreds of years now. All right. So when people are telling you say you can't work with spirit unless you initiate a tradition, that don't make no damn sense. That makes sense with Fidem tradition, cause a Fidem tradition work, but that don't make sense that you can't work with the spirit because yeah, for tradition, it initiate to something in a Cuba or something in Africa. But what now if we're there in the 1700 and nobody not playing ticket or nothing, all them for reach got Africa or Cuba for work with them spirit. And the next thing, when slavery, across Atlantic slavery coming, or is it that is only for them country it reach and then it reach not like every other people them were just done. I mean, no, say somebody are gonna disagree with me, and most likely them gonna have a pale skin and some straight hair and tell me say them no white, even though they don't really no white. But when no say them have whole heap of white in them, but them are gonna tell me say them no white. But whatever. We know say them are gonna comment about this and tell me say a false matter. But me not care cause my experience this. Okay. So you know. Now we know say tradition is how you work with it. Spirit is the energy or the force that drives the spiritual work. And we done showing through example how the spirit travels throughout the different regions or with its people, with its bloodline. What make you think say if you are smart what we used to deal your family deal with spirituality say when you move you can't work with the spirit now. You have to go initiate in some foreign people tradition where you don't even come from, you never speak for them language in order to work with the spirit. That is false people. But like I keep stressing to you people, how you work with the spirit is different. Like I said, you going tradition is good for that. The other thing is good for that is what we in Jamaica call science. That means that you go out there, sir, you experiment with what you have. You make the spirit guide you. Hold on, first you make the spirit guide you. Because if you don't have the spirit to guide you, Bridget, if I Google you, I use, you're gonna be in a big problem. You have to work on some mediumship capability, some mediumship shape capability to be able to have some type of progress for no say if you're doing right or you're doing wrong. You get me? Just being able to be conscious enough to see that outcome. Cause you have some people, them doing not a spirituality. Everything will go wrong. A spirituality, another just life. Sometimes I just life people, another spirit. So just you being conscious enough to calm yourself down and say, yo, and fully analyze the situation and make spirit talk to you for let you know, say if this is spiritual negativity or just life negativity is what, in my opinion, should be the first thing that you use. Once you get the understanding of it and the spirit them, you have some type of physical not physical mediumship capabilities. That's when you're able to know for the spirit to be able to guide you, because now you got a kind of, it can kind of understand where I'm going. It can feel it, it can see it, it can hear it, something for no say, yeah man, I put this one on there, that don't feel right. Because yeah, some people say read it, them read it on Google. Oh yeah, all right, not sure that. Oh, not sure that. Then I know if it gonna work, if it feel good or not. But yo, people may have some people call, tell me say them call spirit and spirit never show up. But them life I go bad. And me have to tell them say your brethren spirit show up. That's true. Say you not have your mediumship capabilities to get out where you can really feel what going. For no say spirit did that. But spirit did that, that's why things not going good for you. I just said spirit you call anger, it anger it itself, you anger it, and they want to do you something. So that's why I see them thing of people. That's why I want people don't jump the gun. Work on your mediumship capabilities first. It don't have to be perfect, but you gotta work on it for no for feel or have to have something. Else, I'm telling you, you don't have to listen to me, about what heap of problems you got have, and you're not gonna know how to fix it. So like I said, now that you're guiding and you know how to discern things, the spirit can guide you, you have to experiment. Why? Because sometimes, even though you're still learning, what you feel you're being guided to could be wrong sometimes, or not exactly wrong. It's not exactly how like you have to fine tune your medium capabilities. You have to fine tune a station for get for ear good, or so your mediumship capabilities are. So sometimes they're not fine tuned good enough to hear exactly how to do things. So that's why you have to experiment. You have to the science, like my ancestors would have said, experiment and see how it go on. And when you start see the result, then so you lick it, brethren. So you're good. That's all. So when it comes to spirituality, the spirit and the tradition are two different spots. Spirit are the only thing we can tell you if you are gonna work with spirit. If you can't work with the spirit on that, me can't tell you that. Nobody can tell you that. The spirit alone can't tell you that. Tradition is how you work with the spirit. Do you know how to work with the spirit? And not and tradition is not only how to work with spirit, it's been proven through generation. Them do it this way over and over and over. So that is the tradition. So it worked. Them know so it worked. But is that the only way? No, people. I'm sure the truth say the cross Atlantic slavery, truth say the different tribes where I worship the Orisha and them do different things differently in other Orisha, them do different things differently in other Caribbean and the different islands and the spiritual houses. Same thing with Brazil, them do things differently. And another just one Yemoja, another just one Shango, another just one Oshun, another just one whatever Orisha. Them tell you say them have different avatars. So we know say, oh, Orisha can switch up. Them have more than one Orisha. So if you have an Orisha where you deal with and people don't hear about that, that's different than what they know about, them can't tell you say wrong from me. Is it? Are you alone can't tell you say wrong. But before I end this video, I want to tell people something though. Orishas is not the only spiritual entities out there, angels or whatever you want to call them. Um, some of us, because Darisha is so dominant, it is the only spiritual entities that some of us have a drawn to, but you might not have an ancestral connection to it. If you have a spirit that wants to work with you, and you can't really understand, you're not open to understanding, to receiving the message of who the spirit is. The spirit can and will, in my experience, I wouldn't want to say mimic. I wouldn't want to say mimic because it's not mimicking, but they will come to you in the light of go. Let's say you have somebody where ancestral people deal with Thor. You might get a close connection to Shango. So everything Shango you see, you have a connection to. Now you have a dream, say, yo, boom, Shango coming out my dream. And you really believe so Shango. But I'm not Shango that brethren. It might be some connection to the spirit of Thor, but you don't know. It no say you don't really know about it. You know, say everything for you is connected to Shango. So it don't, yeah, it don't care. It's gonna come to you in the connection of Shango for you to work with it. It don't care. It just want to get worked. It just want you to serve it and work with it. So sometimes this is how things get crossed up now. Because you could I get that spirit from our next tribe, our next region, our next culture of people, and true say you so caught up in our African spirituality, our Iwe, Yoruba, Fon traditions, Arisha. True say your brain caught up with that now. And the spirit say, yo, the spirit not care no. Spirit say, yo, it need you to do what it's gonna do. It's gonna come to you in the form of the Arisha because your mind is so focused on it. You're not leaving your mind open to receive. And if you keep working with them and understand, you gotta realize, say, yo, boom, it's not a spirit that's like that. You get what I'm saying? It's not the same exact spirit, but the spirit is very similar to that, to the Orisha, to that Orisha. You get me? I hope you people are following me. But that's a video I'm gonna do for another time as well. But like I said, people, spirit, whoever stands something, spirit, tradition, two different things. Spirit, tradition, two different things. Like myself, when I need any spiritual work, reading, anything like that, on a see the number that's up, call it, text it, WhatsApp it, it no matter. There's no say me no work for free. Me not gonna take off my time what bills me have to pay for this work for free. Cause all the people want text me and talk to me like so some free thing I go on there. So no, me not work for free. But yo, you don't know if you have your funds, but help you.